up whip. This ain't Pepto-Biz, what this pink stuff is, don't tell me. Yeah, you heard me, you ain't felt me. I've been moving, I've been shaking, go and hit me on the celly. Try to sell me on something while I heard it compelling. Ever since I've been gone like Kelly, they been trying to tell me about this and that. I ain't chatting with you, we ain't going tit for tat. Trying to tell me how to get in the bag, we're going to get in the bag. I'm but you should know it's automated. I've been getting to it, I ain't noticed y'all was hating. Brand new chick, she don't know that I can place it.
Today, from Ford Field in Detroit, it's Week 16 of the NFL on EA Sports. Detroit Lions taking on Aaron Rodgers and the Green Bay Packers.
Coming to you from the venue that hosted the Super Bowl back in February of '06. Welcome to Ford Field in downtown Detroit. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Green Bay Packers and the Detroit Lions. Along with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And, Charles, we look at this Lions team entering play. They come in the midst of a season-crushing losing streak. It's up to 9 games now.
And I don't have a PhD in psychology, but you can see it in their body language. This is not a team that is organized and been ready to play.
Meanwhile, for the visiting Packers, they come in feeling good after back-to-back victories.
And how about that defense last week? They pitched a shutout, and it's really more like a no-hitter because they absolutely dominated that game from the opening whistle.
We see Matthew Stafford, the one-time Georgia Bulldog, set to pilot the offense of the Detroit Lions.
And I'll bet right now there's just one thought in his mind.
Win the game, yeah.
Oh, yeah, without a doubt. He played pretty well. I mean, he didn't turn over the ball in terms of interceptions,
no,
right?
2 touchdown passes last week.
2 touchdown passes, but when your team doesn't win, that's just hollow. And the best quarterbacks don't care about anything but whether or not their team won.
A first carry now. This is Johnson. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
Johnson, the ball carrier.
For Johnson, the numbers for his performance from last week, 18 carries, 65 yards.
They've lost a bunch of games in a row now. They've got to start thinking a little bit differently, maybe a little bit outside of the box. Find other ways to move the football. I don't know if you're going to do it through the air or maybe change up how you establish your run game.
On 2nd and 7, Stafford, screen play, Johnson. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down.
I like the screen being called here early in the game, especially on the opening drive, because, Brandon, when guys come out of the locker room, especially those pass rushers, they are so amped up to get to the quarterback that you can use that against them, and a screen pass is a great way of doing it. A lot of teams against good pass rushing teams, they want to run the screen 10 to 12 times in a game.
And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. 8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2. Faking the give to Johnson. Now it's Stafford. Down. Kenny Clark able to record his 5th sack of the season.
And they're picking up right where they left off with the shutout that they pitched last week. A huge part of that, this pass rush. They know how to get after people.
Offensively, good luck finding some answers right now. After the sack, Stafford and the Lions come up on a 3rd and long situation. From the gun, here's Stafford. That's caught by the big tight end, T.J. Hockenson. 5 yards, and that means they come up short as they're going to have to punt here on the opening drive.
That's a nice throw out there to the flat, but they defended that pretty well. The hope is to go ahead and put it on him so he can turn and get upfield and gain additional yardage. There just wasn't anywhere to go on that play.
Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. A 40-yard punt, 5 yards on the return, and it'll be Packer football here. First down and 10. So here comes the Packers offense now onto the field. Under center is a 6'2", 225-pound signal caller, Aaron Rodgers.
And I thought it was a really nice performance last week by him. 3 touchdown passes. I think that signifies exactly what he was getting done. He did have the 1 interception.
Well, that's the ratio you say you're okay with, right?
If you go 3-to-1, you're going to be pretty happy over the course of the season. And let's face it, he'll never blame the receiver publicly. But behind closed doors, he probably told his agent, hey, what's the deal? I should have had a perfect game.
The numbers for Jones last week, 11 carries, 88 yards, and a touchdown.
They've got a nice scheme going right now, and they run the football pretty well. In fact, I was talking with him on the field before the game, and he said he's starting to hear from the guys ahead of him on the rushing yardage total, and they want to know if he's going to jump up there and join them at the top of the list.
Throwing middle, but it's incomplete.
Receiver coaches preach to their guys all the time. Separation, that's what's going to make the play successful. That time there was very little, and I think they were actually fortunate that it was only knocked away and not intercepted.
They'll try and run for it with Jones. And he will have a first down here at about the 40. And they have the first down with that gain of 4 yards.
I know the game's changed. A lot of people would say it's evolved. Look, I'm a little bit Neanderthal, okay? I love this. No exotic formations, no misdirection. Just line up and run the darn ball, pick up the first down. I love it.
Yeah, 3rd and short, that's what you're supposed to do. Like you said, old school, smash mouth football. And he'll push this forward only to about the 42-yard line.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Rodgers, he sets up the screen to Jones. And he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay. Aaron Jones, his 21st touchdown of the season, and the Packers have taken the early lead. Well, he's used to running it that distance. Here he had to catch it, too, before making the run. Heck of a play for the score.
There's not many things better for an offense than a back who's a complete guy, who can run it and catch it. And we just saw him complete a big-time play for a touchdown.
And it's good to make it 7-0 Packers. The drive summary that time, 5 plays. And it ends with a Packers touchdown. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Takes this about 5 yards deep, and it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt to return. Back onto the field come the Lions for their 2nd overall drive. Partner, just looking at some of the struggles they've had this season, the playoffs are not in their future. As season, what moves might they make?
I think the running back position, and I know we talk all the time about the NFL being a passing league, but the teams that run the ball effectively, they're the ones that go deep into the playoffs and go to the Super Bowl. They have to upgrade. People shied away from taking a runner early, but if there's that special one there, I say they go get him.
They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down.
Well, offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. The linebackers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in covering. What a nice play he made there in the open field. When a draw works, it can be a thing of beauty, but when it doesn't, oh, it can be ugly. And in this case, loss of yardage ugly.
And looks like they've got 6 DBs on the field here for a 3rd and 9. Out of the gun, Stafford. the time, have to be able to get rid of the ball sooner than that.
You have to help your offensive line out. They're going to protect you as best they can. And if you're getting 3 to 5 seconds to throw the ball, they're doing a really nice job. But when you hold it and give up a sack, you're really almost discrediting their work.
And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. They call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They'll be looking to duplicate that first drive, the one that got them that 7-0 lead.
Of course they would. Look, they're on the road. So getting the 7-0 lead was huge for them, right? Imagine getting up 2 touchdowns on the road, taking the crowd out of the game. It'd be ideal.
Give them 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give them a first down. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. From the gun, it's Rodgers. And he will find Ridley. That's complete. Touchdown, Packers. 2 touchdown passes now here in this first quarter for Aaron Rodgers. And the Packers add 6 to their lead.
There's not much that's perfect in football, but that's about as close to it as you're going to get. Score, force a punt, score again.
And both drives were impressive. The opening drive was, that last one was. Now on the other side, though, what's your psyche? You're really behind the 8 ball.
You got to make sure you just hold in there. Survive the early storm, relax a little bit, and try and get back to your game plan. It's way too early for panic.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Fields it in the middle of the end zone. And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25-yard line. The Lions offense heading out as we give you a look at the playoff race coming into the weekend in the NFC. And with the final fortnight of games upon us, teams jockeying for position. Some of these games really starting to take enormous importance as they always do this time of year.
I like how you use fortnight.
Hey, you're impressed, don't you?
I am impressed. That means 2 weeks, if I'm not mistaken, correct?
That does.
But how about exactly what you're talking about? Going down the stretch, how much importance is placed on these games? Look, everyone talks about every game's important. When you get to this time of year, maybe that importance gets quadrupled. And that's where we are right now to see who can make their last run, their last push to get into the playoffs.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. Oh, a hit. He lost the football. Stafford puts it on the ground. This is going to be Packer football.
Parker, they went empty set there. No backs in the backfield. All receivers out in the pattern. And in this situation, you know what the quarterback has to do? Act as his own blitz control.
Yeah, he's got nobody else there to protect.
No one else there to protect, which means he's got to get rid of the football and absorb the hit, but not go down and fumble the ball.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
I think we can all understand what they're thinking right now. They take over the ball in field goal range after the turnover, so they've got that in their hip pocket. But they've got to go for the end zone and turn this into a bigger point. Their thinking is a touchdown is really what they should get from starting here. Getting 3 points at the end of this drive, that would feel disappointing.
And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. Mark that as a gain of 16 to set him up 1st and goal. Seemed like a couple sets of eyes were on the quarterback, so he decided, hey, I'm going to hand this off. Got a good gain out of it.
And you know you need good blocking up front order.
Touchdown, Packers! Calvin Ridley with touchdown number 2 in the game, and now 11 on the year. And the Packers are able to stretch that lead out further. Boy, these guys are off to the races, Charles. 20-0 already, extra point pending.
Yeah, you always hear that term. They just boat race someone. Heck, it's car race, motorcycle race, plane race, whatever you want. Right now, they are sprinting past them.
Extra point right down the middle, and that makes the score 21-0. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Taken in the end zone. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25.
At their own 25-yard line.
this should be the final play before the quarter ends. On first down, it's Stafford. Open man is Galladay, complete. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. 21-0 our score after one.
21. Lions nothing.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. A shotgun snap for Stafford. He'll drop this down to Johnson underneath. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards.
Johnson.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. Now Stafford. And the Packers give him nowhere to go, and they bring him down. Well, Zadarius Smith there getting in and bringing him to the ground.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely. He's been on constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game. Well, shot taken on 3rd down, but it's going to wind up incomplete. The passing game not in sync here early, and now it's 4th down.
And attempted a deep ball there. They didn't get it. But, boy, they're going to need a few of those to actually hit in order to get back into this game.
Good thing they do have a little bit of time here still left in the contest. Decent-sized deficit, but not one that they can't manage. So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. So the special teams penalty cost some yardage there as they come out on 1st and 10. Throwing is Rodgers. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 15. And they'll have a short field to work with inside the 15 at the 13-yard line. That interception sets them up beautifully already in the red zone.
And you can hear it all the way up here. Oski, everyone turned to block, find a spot, and now they're set up inside the red zone for their offense.
Open man, he's got him to tight end Hockenson. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. From the 6 now on 2nd and 3.
Packers 6-yard line.
Stafford going to give this one off to Johnson. And he gets him a little bit closer. He takes it from the 6 inside the 5 to the 4.
Carrier.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is a force of nature at the defensive tackle position. Yes, he's as big as they come, but still plenty agile. He's able to make a nice play there to swallow up the ball carrier.
The Lions on 3rd down, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. Operating from the gun, Stafford. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Rashawn Gary able to run him down for a 15-yard loss, and it will be 4th down.
3 scores down, not even a halftime yet. They are not getting much generated offensively. They've got to figure it out.
It's tough because this defense just seems to be playing with so much confidence right now.
They really are. They are on their toes, and they're getting at it.
21.
They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces them to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense because they ran onto the field. This is what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
29-yard line.
Number 12 back out there. Aaron and his Packer teammates set to begin their drive. He does have the 1 interception, Charles, but I think that's been more than offset by the 3 first-half touchdown passes.
I would agree with you. There is a blemish, but when you've thrown 3 touchdown passes to try and erase it, That's a little bit better than the ratio that all NFL coaches are seeking from their quarterbacks, and he's giving it to them.
They'll take the 3-1.
Every single time.
32-yard line.
On 2nd and 7, Rodgers. He'll find his tight end here, DeGuara. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 12 yards there and a first down.
You don't always expect tight ends to be big in terms of run after the catch, but after that play, he joins a growing band of players that's putting that stereotype right on its ear.
They find some open field here. Oh, bowls right over him. He'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. It's a gain of 35.
It's a gain of 35.
Most of their damage has been done through the air. I mean, they've rung the bell 3 times with passing touchdowns, but guess what? Ground game has not been neglected. Nice little burst right there.
So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers. Calvin Ridley on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Packers add on to their lead. So not only is that his 3rd touchdown catch of the game, he's done it here in the first half.
I'm not sure defensively what they're going to come up with to slow him down, because already we're seeing him run past, over, through guys in order to make these catches. And being able to try and shut him down at this stage of the game, it's going to take a lot of effort, so maybe it'll open things up for some other people.
Well, they better figure something out, and soon. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This will make it into the end zone. And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback.
At their own 25.
Back out is Matthew Stafford in the Lions offense. What can they do now, Charles, to make sure this highlight montage doesn't continue to show more pressure and pressure and pressure?
You feel like it always comes back to leverage, don't you? Who is going to win that battle of the offensive and defensive lines? Low man wins, we talk about that, but we think about it in a running game. Well, guess what? The same thing happens when you're trying to pass protect. Are you low? Are you balanced? Are you in a position where the pass rush won't bowl you over on their way back to the quarterback? They've got to reestablish that in order to try and keep their man up there.
Traffic and it's intercepted. Picked up by Darnell Savage.
Partner, when you're playing cover 2, this is like a tag team for the safeties. Each of them gets a half-field responsibility. Their job, stay as deep as the deepest receiver in any zone, read the football, and go make a play. In this case, the free safety made the best play, an interception.
Scrap for the football, and he's going to come down with it. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. A good pickup there, 21 yards.
21 yards.
Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down.
Love the play call that time. Love the design. You put 3 tight ends on the field. That screams jumbo set, running formation to a defense, right? No, they go play action, and defense gets confused for just a split second. And next thing you know, completion for good yardage.
Running the jet sweep with Ridley. And he is not going to go anywhere. They're going to get to him behind the line, and that is going to get us to the 2-minute warning. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football.
11-yard line.
A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
And he's going to battle his way down right around the 2-yard line. This is kind of one of those in-between plays here, Charles, on 3rd and goal from the 2 or the 3 in that area. What do you dial up?
Something quick hitting. You don't have the time for something that develops slowly. It's got to be right at them if you're going to run the football. And if you're going to throw it, something quick, get it out of your hands in a hurry.
They'll try and run. Dillon. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 10-yard line. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And his kick here is good. And their lead will swell up to 28.
Packers 31.
They had it first and goal, 3 attempts, couldn't get it in, so they settle for 3.
Yeah, the field tends to shrink a little bit the closer you get to the goal line, doesn't it? It doesn't sound right. It sounds a little counterintuitive, but you run out of space to run the deep route, so they can just sit on the shorter stuff if you're going to throw it. If you want to run it, it's just not as much space. They end up having to take 3 there.
First and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
Detroit's offense ready to take over. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
A well-executed 22-yard gain. That's to his running back, Kerryon Johnson. The Lions now going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a tick under a minute to go before half. Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. Packer pressure, and down he goes. Kenny Clark in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. So the Packers going to use one of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. On 3rd down, Johnson. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this first half. Here in this first half as he gets it away. To return is Taylor. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt, and the Packer drive will start from deep in their own territory with a 1st and 10. They decide against going for it on 4th and 1, maybe to the dismay of their offense, but hey, a nice consolation prize down inside the 5.
Nice consolation prize indeed, so maybe the offense is upset, but they showed confidence in their defense by punting it away.
And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run.
Taken down at his own 7-yard line. A gain of 2. Brings up
throwing on 2nd and 8. Rodgers. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
Rodgers pass. Incomplete on the deep ball. It's 3rd down. And 8 yards to go.
So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Once again, they'll keep it on the ground. They'll have a 1st down and more past the 20. And he'll take this across the 25 before going out of bounds. So we've come to halftime after a very one-sided beginning to this one. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thank you very much. Some critical games going on as teams fight for those final playoff berths. Let's get you around the NFL here in a busy Week 16. We'll get started out in Texas, NRG Stadium in Houston. And as you see, they were winners back on Thursday night. 33-14, the final score. Lastly, let's check on one final game for you. And you can see they are scoreless as they play the second quarter. And our game has been Aaron Rodgers, who was on target in the first half. He's thrown for close to 200 yards already, and that's helped propel his guys into the lead. As we send you back to Brandon Gaudin.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. So it's the Packers set to receive the kick. They've got the lead as well as we are underway in the third quarter. This will make it into the end zone. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. Now whistles, and we've got a man down. A man down here following the kickoff. Not something you want to see in Week 16 or any week, really. We'll be right back. Rodgers will bring the pack up with a 1st and 10, just shy of the 30. Good start to the drive. Here's that's caught out on the left side. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. It's a 1st down, his 4th catch of the game after having 3 in the first half. Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on 1st down. Rodgers with a give. It's Aaron Jones. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. 24 yards to gain there. Another 1st down as well. They just look like they're having fun out there. Big lead. There's another big play on the big run. I mean, they can't be stopped.
I'm a little bit older than you, as you well know, partner, and you tend to tell me that all the time. But it used to be a big-time song, and the lyric was, summertime and the living is easy. Right now, it's football time, and the running is easy for this crew.
8 yards on the pickup.
He's already proven to be a factor in the running game on this drive. Now he gets involved in the passing game.
I think what we're seeing here is the modern version of workhorse in the NFL, being able to run it and catch it with equal proficiency.
And he's able to get it to the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down.
And this is just a little touch pass. They send the receiver in motion, just kind of tap it forward to him. Now, it doesn't turn into a huge play, but they do pick up a 1st down, a nice, consistent gain.
Into the red zone, it's Rodgers. And it's caught. And he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay. Aaron Rodgers on fire, his 5th touchdown pass of the ball game. And the Packers are pouring it on.
I think if you polled defensive backs, they would say the corner route, take that out, make it illegal, because that is so hard to recognize and so hard to adjust, because your first move is to not get beat in the middle of the field, and that's how they move you first before they break off to the corner.
But then as the wide receiver, great job. It's tough to turn those upfield and go, but he did a great job with it there.
Really good balance, really good body control. And how about the end result? A touchdown.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Fielded in the end zone. And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line.
25-yard line.
And now let's look at the quarterback, Matthew Stafford, in our player spotlight. And this is, unfortunately for him, a montage he's probably not going to want to keep here for his files.
And I'm not so sure that he would describe it as a spotlight, although it is beating down on him pretty well, as is the rush. He's been hit, harassed, uncomfortable. It's been a really, really tough day for him.
Been sacked 6 times. See all that pressure coming from all angles. And coming out with a jumbo package to start the drive. They begin the drive with Johnson. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Right off the bat, it's a 1st down to start the drive, 12 yards.
What a lion.
3-4 defense, and that O-line really dominated the D-line on that play.
And think of it this way. With a 3-4, you have a natural bubble over each guard because those guys don't have defenders over them. Oftentimes, if you want to run up the middle, they can get upfield and get on the linebackers right now, and that gives the running back a heck of a chance to get into the secondary.
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. On the ground, this is Johnson. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down.
Now that's a mountain of a man that just made that stop, isn't it? But he's more than that. This guy's nimble and quick. More than a space eater, he just made a great play there.
To throw on second down is Stafford. He went backwards there 8 yards, and it brings up third down.
Smith on the stop. An 8-yard loss on the play. It's now third down.
Third and long. It's Stafford. Throwing deep for Galladay. And unable to connect. Incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up fourth down.
But you got to think that sooner or later, they're going to hit one of those. But the coverage has been excellent thus far, and it was again on the last play.
This is away, but boy, headed straight for the sidelines. And they'll play keep away from the returner as this one will be marked out of bounds at the 13-yard line. Pretty good spot. The Packers offense now heading back out onto the field. And last time out, another touchdown. And I think there may be some empty seats around here by the time the fourth quarter comes around.
Yeah, I have to agree with you because this one's just about decided. But you know who benefits from all those empty seats? You and me, trying to get to the airport.
That's
the roads
true.
will be fairly clear
that is
by the
one
time we have to
positive.
leave the booth.
Now a look at the backup, Jordan Love. They'll get this one to the Golden Domer, St. Brown. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down.
Complete to Equinix.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards.
Brings up 2nd and 2.
Love from the gun. Gets this to his running back, Aaron Jones. And all the way down to the 26.
Love's pass. Complete to Aaron Jones.
The offense has to love that because that was just a dump down, and then he turned something out of seemingly nothing.
And the best quarterbacks understand that dumping it down is often a good play, a better play than even what was drawn up.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. On the delay, Jones. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers. Touchdown number 22 on the season as his guys continue to pour it on.
Well, partner, that was another explosive run, and one thing I've learned in our time in this game, yes, the offensive line has to get a lot of credit, but for big runs to occur, the wide receivers have to block well downfield.
And then you have to have a good guy carrying the ball too, right?
Oh, without a doubt. You need that difference maker lugging the rock.
And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. The drive there only spanning 3 plays. And the last play in the drive was a touchdown run by Aaron Jones. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Taken in the end zone. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
And Detroit getting set to go now. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep him warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Stafford. Catch is made by Hockenson, the tight end. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. It's a gain of 10 for the Lions and a first down.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to...
Oh, he lost the football. Stafford puts it on the ground.
Jordan Love. A fumble on the play.
Second time in this game, Charles, the ball is squirted out from his hands. Luckily, his teammate was there to pounce on it.
You're right. Got the lucky bounce, able to retain possession. You know, we often talk about the combine and why do we measure quarterbacks' hands. Is that really a big deal? is for situations like this. Do you have the hands big enough and strong enough to hold on to the football while being jostled?
So they keep the football, but now face 2nd and long. From the gun, Stafford. Short throw hauled in by Croft. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Operating from the gun, Stafford. Johnson with a completion over the middle. And they will advance this across midfield, but still well shy of a first as he's tackled at the 47.
10-yard gain, but it's 4th down.
Here's Matt Bosher now as he's on for the 5th time here today. And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this 3rd quarter. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 31-yard line.
The Green Bay offense now about ready to take possession here. And, Charles, we are in the midst of a very one-sided affair. I think this is where you and I have to fill a little bit. You want to regale us with old stories of your childhood in New Paltz, New York?
I don't think anyone wants to hear that, but this is a perfect time for us to start listing MVP candidates, right? The best teams we've seen so far this year, the best games that we've called thus far, how we anticipate the season unfolding. We can go in so many different directions because the game certainly not taking us there.
Oh, I hear the remotes clicking off right now. He's going to rifle one deep left side. Man, it's caught inside the 10. Touchdown, Packers. Marquez Valdez-Scantling, his 4th touchdown on the year. And this offense continues to pour it on. A nice throw there by the 2nd-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that was the kind of play he would have made as a rookie, because usually your rookie season is a continuation of your college days. A lot of one read, and if you don't have it, you just take off and go. Now he's settled in the pocket a little bit more, reading the field and getting to his 2nd and sometimes 3rd progression. That was a nice play.
Extra point splits the uprights, and that will extend this big lead. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Fielded in the end zone. And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. And as this offense makes their way back out, it's AFC playoff race time as we give you a look. It's now appearing that this losing streak is going to continue. You know, the coaching staff was confident that this was going to be the game to stem the tide, but that just has not been the case. Stafford and the Lions now have it 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. A throw left side to start out. That's complete. No gain there on the completion. 2nd and 10.
To Kenny Galladay. No gain on the play. Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 25-yard line.
Here's Stafford. He takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. Kenny Galladay, the intended receiver, and it's 3rd down.
Incomplete. Brings up 3rd down and 10.
From the gun, Stafford looking downfield for Jones. Almost tipped and intercepted. Picked up by Josh Jackson. Yet another mistake after the interception there. And gosh, you look up at the scoreboard, they just got to be thinking this one cannot get over fast enough.
It certainly can't. And also what happens when you get this big of a deficit, you're supposed to make all the right throws, right? You're supposed to try and obviously get the ball to your own guys. But being down this big, you also take even more chances. And in this situation, that hasn't paid off for them at all.
On the other sideline, jubilation and laughter. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Throwing. Love. as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
So much of this game is about leverage. We always talk about low man wins in the trenches. Well, it's like that in just about every position. And sometimes, if you lose that leverage and you're losing the battle, just jump up at the line of scrimmage and try and bat the ball away. And that's exactly what happened there.
And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. To throw now. Here's Love. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Well, they go play fake. The problem is nobody was faked out.
And when no one's faked out, what's the end result? Quarterback gets hit.
After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. Love now. And he's going to go down again.
Love sacked. A loss of 6 yards.
Okay, let's go back a little bit and see if my schooling comes to the front. What's that old saying? Those who forget the lessons of history are doomed to repeat them. That's the same guy who's gotten back-to-back sacks. I think a double team may be in order.
Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down. Went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Intended for
They went with the dive look that time on defense, just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
On is the punter Scott here as he gets this one away. And take it right at the 35. That'll go as a 42-yard punt, but a net of 32. They had a 10-yard return, and the Lions will take over. And as this offense makes their way back out, NFC playoff race time, we give you a look at what's going on there. Stafford and the Lions now have it 1st and 10 at the 45. And the Packers give him nowhere to go, and they bring him down. Za'Darius Smith in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, and with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. Down the 2nd down throw on target. Takes it down deep into Green Bay territory. A big play there on the catch and run. And even 60 yards. Offense for them has been at a premium. You wonder where plays like that have been all game long.
They're thinking the exact same thing themselves, but they're also looking forward now, because now these plays are really for next week, trying to get some momentum going.
From the gun, here's Stafford. And he's going to go down. Sacked right around the 17. Za'Darius Smith, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
First down, a bit of a disaster, and now on 2nd and goal, back even further. Throwing is Stafford. He'll get this one to Galladay. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. And we are inside of 2 minutes left in this lopsided affair. So the Lions in possession of the football as we welcome you back. They've got it 3rd and goal now as they try to punch in a late touchdown. Stafford for the 3rd time is intercepted. Well, and it's picked. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Well, partner, I got to tell you, I'm trying to think of something positive to say for this offense, but I'd have to be a spin doctor for that one. This has been a tough performance to watch.
And I think it's hard at this point to actually identify what's really gone wrong. I guess the catch-all is everything, Doesn't sound like real sharp analysis, but I don't have much else for you.
And the scoreboard just lopsided, and it's been ugly from the get-go. Here's a 2nd and 7 now from their own 7. That one looks like he'll throw here. This one complete to Devin Funchess. And he is out of bounds, able to get it across the 20-yard line. 15 yards on the play, 1st down.
Give him the ball and let him run on the last play, but I think the light bulb went off in their play caller's mind, and this time they get it to him the more conventional way, and it's much more successful as well.
And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
A 6-yard.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
Again, it's Dillon. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. It's a loss of 4. Now 3rd down.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
On 3rd down, Love. He's got his man, Valdez-Scantling. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A pickup of 24. And that's where the play began, the 24-yard line.
Packer 1st down. Today's final score.
Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for Green Bay, it's a critical win for them as it gets them to 9-6 on the year.
And they will head home for next week's contest. That is against Washington.
Meanwhile, for the Lions, things get even uglier now as they fall to 2-13. And they'll try to get back on the beam next week as they'll head to Cleveland to take on the Browns. That'll do it for us. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. Thanks to our entire crew as